If you play a melee character on any of the Everquest progression servers, you might have found yourself in a situation where it's very hard to exactly tell the DPS differences between two similar sets of weapons and what's better. Sure, you can beat on mobs and parse the output and sort of get an idea, but there's a lot of variables involved with different types of monsters, like differing AC, mitigation of the mighty for bosses, and it's just not the best sort of scientific data point to use. So the way that I get around this is I use the /test copy command, and what this does is this takes your character in its current state, your current gear, and copies it over to the Everquest test server, where there are practice dummies, basically practice NPCs in the arena. So that's what we're going to do today. So I just did the /test copy command, and that is going to take a copy of my character Pivo the Monk on the Agnar server and copy him over to the test server. So what you need to do now is go back to the Everquest launcher, and you want to go to the version and change it from live to test. What this is going to do is pull down a bunch of newer updated files that correspond to the exact state of the test server, which is going to be different than Agnar. Now, I had some weirdness logging on to the test server, but it eventually let me in, as you're going to see here. But basically, you're going to log into the test server, and you're going to see your character there. If your name was taken on the test server, like mine was, then it's probably going to add a random letter to the end of your name. So instead of Pivo, I was Pivo. So anyway, you're going to show up exactly where you did the /test copy command. So in my case, that was in the Butcher Block Mountains. So from Butcher Block Mountains, and here I'm kind of struggling to get in. It's being unruly and disobedient, but then it finally lets me into the test server. So you're going to appear wherever you do the test copy command, so it's probably better that I had done that in Plane of Knowledge. But anyway, at this point, I made my way from Butcher Block all the way to Plane of Knowledge. And then off of Plane of Knowledge, there's a zone called Arena. And Arena is going to have a practice NPC that you're going to hail, and it will spawn, you pick a level for an NPC to spawn that's basically a practice dummy. And at this point, you should be running the Parse parsing program, G-A-M-P-A-R-S-E, Parse. This video is not going to cover setting that up for you. I'm going to go ahead and assume that you already have that working. So I have that running in the background, and I'm going to zone into this arena zone, and I'm going to spawn a level 65 NPC, which does not attack me back, and it has an unlimited amount of hit points. In fact, the health doesn't go down at all. And really the goal here is I'm going to try different weapon sets. I'm going to first try the Shania of the Ancients. I like to call it Shania O'Connor. It's a 2320 one-hand blunt. And then offhand I have the Cudgel of Wrecking, which is a 1921. So I have a AUG on the Shania O'Connor, which is a +2 raw damage, so it turns out to be 2520, 1921. And I'm going to compare this to the Staff of Transcendence from Kazakh Thul in Plane of Time, which is a 54 damage, 30 delay, two-hand blunt. Alright, so here I am in Butcher Block where I did the test copy command. Alright, now I'm in Plane of Knowledge. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to try the first weapon combo, and I'm going to run the parser for 25 minutes. So that's no buffs, just a 46% Warren Haste. And for 25 minutes, I'm going to beat on the back of a level 65 summon NPC. And then I'm going to see what the overall sustained DPS, or SDPS, is. In this case, it's about 223 sustained DPS over a 25-minute period. The next test that I'm going to do is the other weapon set. So I'm going to switch to the Staff of Transcendence, And again, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to beat on this level 65 practice NPC for 25 minutes. You can set a timer, go FK. You could do it for an hour if you want. I figure 25 minutes is probably a good amount of time to kind of get a good round result of the DPS of the weapon. And to my surprise, the dual combo does outdamage the two-hand blunt. I thought that they were close, and I thought that the two-hand blunt actually edged out the dual wield combo, but I'm wrong. There's about a 20 DPS difference over 25 minutes here that showed up. So actually the dual wield is better, and this is not even the best dual wield for monks. I could get the the Quarm Hammer in the offhand, and that would be even better. One thing I do want to try is I have Augs on the dual wield combo, which obviously affects the DPS. There is a +4 weapon damage and +1 fire damage Aug that I can put on the two-hand blunt. And I'm going to do another set of tests whenever I'm lucky enough to win the DKP bid on that with my guild. And I'll see if there's any difference. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So do /test copy, have Parse set up, make your way to Plane of Knowledge, and parse against this practice dummy. And that'll give you a much better idea of the exact sustained DPS of the various weapon sets that you'd like to try out.